Hey guys, just wanted to come in and make a really quick video here and just ask you to consider something today. Okay, so Luke chapter 18:8 asks a question: when the Son of Man returns, will he find faith? I want you to really consider that today. I always find it really funny how people, especially like New Covenant, New Testament Christians, will say that we need to live by faith. We have faith. We have to have faith. I don't know why I've been so tongue-tied all week. I've got so much going on. My wheels are spinning so fast that I just can't seem to get it out. Anyways, we have to have faith. That's what we live by faith. We live by faith. Well, that's not a new concept. And actually, Paul is quoting Habakkuk when he says that the righteous will live by faith. Okay, and I want to submit something to you. Okay, when the children of Israel left Egypt and they were wandering around in the desert, can you just try to imagine how much faith that took to even leave their situation not knowing what to expect? Okay, they had no idea where their provision was coming from, where their food was coming from, where their water was coming from, and they had complete emunah, complete and genuine faith that Moses was going to lead them out of Egypt and into the promised land. Now, when they were stuck in the desert and had no food and no water and no provision, they lost their faith. They started grumbling. They started gurgling. They started roaring at Moses. Why did you bring us out here to die? Why did you bring us out here to die? At one point, they had enough faith to take that walk. But when times got hard, they lost their faith. Will the same thing happen to us? When we're going through the tribulation? You guys, there is no such thing as a pre-trib rapture. You're not getting off on a special space cloud and getting out of all the trouble. The troubles are coming, and they're coming to the world. Now, will Yahweh's people be protected? Yeah, I believe in the promises that Yahweh's people are protected. Does that mean the entire church is going to be protected? No, because the entire church is not Yahweh's people. In fact, a large portion of the church are very much so not Yahweh's people. They have no faith. They live in their flesh. They're completely full of sin and hypocrisy. They don't do what the book tells them to do, and they expect that they're going to inherit the promises of Abraham. Well, those promises say, if you do this, then I will do this. If you keep my commands and my statutes and my judgments, then I will bless you as a people, and I will make your descendants the multitude of the sand of the seas. You guys, something is required of you. And if you're not willing to submit to Yahweh now and obey now, how do you hope that your faith is going to sustain you when you're walking in the desert? Okay, because the times are coming once again for Yahweh's people that we're going to be wandering in the desert. Okay? And we are not going to have provision. We are not going to have food at our hands, and it's going to be very hard to find water. And the only thing that is going to carry us through it is how faithful we are. But let me tell you something. Your faith right now without obedience is dead. It's not going to get you anywhere, because you're going to be the first person who says, oh, but back in Egypt we had the leeks, and we had all of this and that, and we had all the food. And that's going to be you, because you don't have a working faith. So I want you to really think about that today. This is not going to be a long video. I want you to really think about that today. Put yourself in the shoes of those Israelites. Are you going to be able to trust in Yahweh? Are you going to be able to have complete and total emunah when we're walking through the tribulation? You're going to be here. You might as well just grasp it right now. That tribulation doctrine is completely designed to deceive you. You will be deceived if you're expecting that as a believer you're going to be whisked out of here before the trouble happens. Then the trouble's going to start happening, and you're not going to believe it is what it is, because you're going to be believing that you should be gone already. you're going to be deceived. My dad used to believe in this doctrine, and when I explained that to him, it made complete sense to him. Okay? You guys are going to be here. But just like in Egypt, when the plagues hit the Egyptians, Yahweh protected his people. The plagues didn't affect the Israelites. It affected the Egyptians. Are you going to be Yahweh's people? Or are you going to be the Egyptians? Because those plagues are coming. Punishment is coming to this world. Are you going to be ready? Is your faith going to sustain you? Is there enough obedience and enough relationship between you and Yahweh to sustain you in those times of trouble? To sustain you when you're watching people that you love be hurt, imprisoned, whatever the case may be, even killed? Is your faith going to sustain you? Are you going to stand strong in the trial? Because he says, will the Son of Man find faith when he returns? That is implying that faith is going to be hard to find when he comes back. That remnant is small, you guys. The bride is not 2.4 billion people. Okay? It's not. It's very small. The gate to life is narrow and the road to destruction is wide. Please stop and consider what path you're on. Please pray on this. And if you're on the wrong path, then just repent and agree. Come into agreement with Yahweh that you will do all that he has commanded you to do. And stop questioning everything. Stop looking at everything with your eyes and try and see them through God's eyes. I hope you're blessed by this today. Have a wonderful day. Shalom.